everybody, I'm the Pigglesworth, and welcome back to Breakout. There's that rain again, trolling me. I wonder if right on the other side of this polished diorite is some kind of other thing and that opens up to rain. I wonder. So in last episode we left off, we had finally, or not we, you guys have been screaming and yelling. Wait a minute. Did it just stop raining? I can't tell. I gotta know. I have to know. Oh. Come on, Piggy. Quit trolling yourself. Get up there. Can you hear the rain? Yep. Okay. And down here it's quieter. So apparently right up in there somewhere it's going to open up to the sky or something like that. Something's going to open up where we can see rain falling at least. You come here and you come here. Now I've been AFK for a little while here, just letting some different stuff grow. Let's see. More worms. Worms and other worms. Ooh. Multi-shot. What is that? It must be some kind of little special, it's COFH core. Okay, I don't know what that is. It's modded, Piggy, that's what it is, it's modded. But yeah, I finally figured out how to get lava out of this thing. You guys, for the past 4 or 5 episodes, have been posting how to get lava. And I guess I finally, oh my gosh, I feel for you, my audience, having to watch sometimes me run in circles and do certain things. I think it was Rob Brown put a comment, just absolutely cracked me up, said, look in the quest book. He explains about the spiky stuff being what you have to do to move on, and then immediately goes to something to accomplish that's not the spiky ones. Yep. That sounds like something Piggy would do. But I figured, so I put out 4 episodes for the last batch and have gotten a lot of viewer comments out of it, an amazing amount of viewer, like almost so many comments. I got to the point where I'm like, I don't know if I can squeeze all these in. This is crazy. But I think what we're going to try to do in this episode is see how many of these comments that we can get through. Not that it's a chore or anything. I don't mean get through like that, but just like I want to see how many of them we can squeeze into this episode. I thought maybe it would be kind of fun. Like with SevTech, I try to do comments each episode. I thought maybe with this series, what we could do is I would do a group of episodes, and then we could kind of like do a quick episode where we stop and just address viewer comments and suggestions before we move forward. Now, some of y'all's suggestions I've already figured out, and some of y'all's suggestions may help me move forward. But so, we'll take it as it comes. We'll figure it out. So I'm just going to kind of go down the list here. We'll see what we can see. Hang on one second. So I got my notes set up, and I had them proper, but then I had it expanded on the other screen where I couldn't see my audio recording software. I like to always see that so that I know that it is recording my voice, and I can also see how long it's been recording. See, like right now, I've been recording for almost 4 minutes. So there we go, 4 minutes of episode. Completely gone like the rain falling from the sky. So, Meadow Pema said, in this pack, I think you can get flint by hitting smooth stone with a stick. So, let's see here. How did we make cobble again? It's been a few. I've slept since last time I made cobble. We want to craft the cobble. Stone pebbles and clay. I knew clay was involved, but I couldn't remember what the other thing was. So we'll do this. Nope. Do that. There we go. Piece of cobble. So we'll go ahead and cook you so we can get ourselves some smooth stone. And we'll put this stuff back. And we need to find ourselves a stick. We got a stick. Check. Ready to go. Cook you. Thank you very much. So let's just smack this down. Oh my gosh, look, we're getting flint. Okay, awesome. I don't know what I'm going to do with said flint yet, but that's a great suggestion. Thank you, sir. That was amazing. That kind of reminds me of SevTech. We had to do something like that. Now, Metapima said this. Several other people said this. So as I read down through the list, I may get to your name and mention it that you've said this. So, It kind of got to the point where some of the suggestions, so many people said it that I had to stop writing. Like maybe one person would say 3 different comments, 1, 2, and 3, and one of the comments 3 other people said. So I wrote down their 2 Not all 3, just so, like I said, so we can try to squeeze them all in. So, Metopema said grass, let's see. Where'd they go? Grass. See, here's another thing I figured out. We can filter like we can do in Sevtech. So if I do grass seeds, these things right here. Several of y'all told me I can take a grass seed and I can place it on a dirt block and it will turn that into a grass block and then it will spread. And at first I'm sitting there going, what in the world do I want to grow grass blocks in here? You know, what would I use that for? And then Metapema happened to like read my mind and put that in the comments. They said that it's good for feeding animals. And if you use spores, cactus seeds, rice seeds, melon, canola, ancient spores. If we put ancient spores on dirt, it'll actually give us mycelium, which will help us grow mushrooms. So that was a really, really good suggestion. And then Metapema also said you might want to make multiple crucibles and use lava to heat them. So let's see here. Okay, I've got a bucket. I don't know if we've got a bucket's worth of lava. I'm right-clicking, left-clicking. Neither of those is letting me do that. What is this? Mutated grass. Okay, so let's back up here real quick. Let's see. Lava. R for recipe. U for use. U for uses. No. Okay, let's try this. Crucible. A crucible. It's for smelting. See, I think this is where R for recipe, maybe U for use. There we go. There we go. So for some reason I had this backwards. I kept thinking if you put a lava bucket in, you get this. Because the problem is, over here with these fish nets, if we put a fish net in, we get these items. But what this is telling me is how many of these items we need to make lava. Now, I'm going to have to craft cobblestone. I have gravel. So what I'm going to do is we're going to put some more... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll put 5 more pieces of gravel in here. I don't know how much of the level... Like, does this thing have to be completely full for it to be lava that we can get out of there? Seeing it only took... It won't take the 5th one. So maybe because there's some lava in there, it won't take the 5th one. But what Metapema said was you can place like one lava source and it can flow, just like how this water's flowing. And you can put crucibles on top of that flowing lava and it will help heat it. So basically if we make multiple crucibles, we can set up a lava setup and we can make more lava much more quickly. Because this does, I mean, you can see it going down. That's going to take a little while. I think this last batch, I stood here AFK for about 5 or 10 minutes to have the whole thing. So we might have a little bit more lava by the end of this episode. But I think between episodes, what I'll do is I will set up some multiple crucibles. Now, Virginia LK said, and this is another comment that quite a few people chimed in on. And once they told me how it works, it made so much more sense why I had seen it work. And then when I tried to show everybody, it didn't work. It trolled Piggy. So let's see here. Diorite pebbles. I want to grab those. So she had told me about using a shortcut key to auto compress. So like this, if we do 4, we can get crushed diorite out of it. Okay, so if I hover over this and I set my key binding to Control K, so I'm going to hit Control K, that's not going to work. Maybe that's not a valid control. Oh. No? Control K? Oh, there it went. There it went. Okay, I was hitting Control J. I'm not going to lie. I'll confess. So notice right down here. Okay, I'm going to hover over Control K. Okay, look at that. That worked because we can craft it in a 2x2. If there was something I wanted to compress, like, say, gravel, we'll get some gravel. If I do Control K, nothing happens. Because, Piggy, you can't compress gravel in a 2x2. But if we go here, and so now I've got that Control K, look at that. Look at that. Awesome. So that makes a whole lot more sense. So now we understand why in the world it wasn't working, and now we understand how we get it to work. So thank you so much. That was an awesome suggestion that took Piggy multiple episodes to finally get to the point where he understood. Virginia LK also said you can use items in the oak crucible to make water. So we were running into a problem where we wanted to have more water source blocks, and putting 2 water source, let me see here, because another viewer had mentioned this. So up here, it's safe to remove the water. It's just we're not going to get anything filtered for a moment. So we can put it back. Okay. So we know there's a water source underneath that lily pad. So we'll skip one and place a water source here. You got to do it with the water source. And then right here should be a water source, right? So right click. I'm right clicking. I'm even going to put my mouse up to the microphone so you can hear it. Hear that clicky? Clickety, clickety, click. Nothing's happening. So they did disable being able to make infinite water sources. But Virginia OK said, hey, Piggy, if you use your oak crucible. So let's see here. Oak crucible. U for uses. You can smelt it, but you can look. I could put flowers, leaf blocks, cactus. This is why in the world we would want to grow cactus. Remember I said, why in the world would we want to grow a cactus? Well, look, you can get 250 millibuckets out of it. The same as a leaf block. Looks like it would take 2.5 flowers to do that. Or 2.5 saplings. So we could start growing, well, that's weird. I saw that red and I thought it was an apple for a second. So let's see here. I'm going to presume, because this is how it works in vanilla. We'll find out here. I wonder if it works the same way. So we've got cactus seed. Let's see if we can go ahead and start getting some. Okay, normally cactus has to. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Okay, so let's do that. We've got 3 cactus that are going to start growing. So we're going to be able to harvest that. And then from there, we're going to be able to start putting that cactus. 1 cactus in here will give us water. So we'll be able to get water, and that will be awesome, because the next thing she said was each of these strainers, she thinks, should have its own water source block. And if it has its own water source block, it'll be the most efficient. She said check it with your efficiency tool. So the efficiency meter will check this. What do I do? Right click, 10%, negative 11%, 10%. See, that doesn't make sense. Negative 11. Maybe because this water source, okay, see how this is flowing? Flowing water source works better than stationary. Let's do this. Let's put that there. See how this is angled? I wonder if because the water source is level going through there, did we change our efficiency? 4%, 10%, 10%. Okay, so the farther it is from where the source block is, see how this is right next to it and this is right next to it? So each of those have 10%. But this one is 1, 2, 3 blocks away, so it's at 4%. But it's really odd that this right here would be at negative 11. I guess because it has to have flowing water. And these apparently have run out of nets. I just realized that. Nets and other nets. There we go. If we're going to be standing around, we need, like Dadcraft says, we need some work going on over here. Somebody do all the work. So we'll have to get ourselves some water source blocks and hopefully bust this stuff open so we can get some more area to work with and set up a much more efficient system of getting stuff out of water. Now, Rob Brown said you could make carpet from wool for fuel. So let's see here. Let's make sure we can even do this first. I think we did, didn't we? We figured out that we can get a bunch of string. It was, okay, it's left. Wait, it just, oh. Oh, that's right. You have to have an empty hand. Oh, string. Okay. Now, let's try. Control K. Is it 4? Control K. There we go. Put the wool right in my hand. And then from here, we can convert that back to string, or we can make carpet. See, now the thing is, can't we burn stuff with wool? Oh, it won't take it. Let's check. Will it take carpet? Oh, it will. Okay. So we could do that. We could burn up stuff. Now, the only thing is, if I've got net strainers going on over here, we're getting a fairly decent amount of tiny coal coming out of there. And I've had to upconvert tiny coal to large pieces just so I can get it to fit in here, because it was like really backing up. So it's a great idea, but that would involve me sitting here and creating string and then converting it into wool blocks and then converting that into carpet. In a pinch, that's a good source of fuel. So great suggestion. But since we got the coal coming through there, I'm going to go ahead and use that coal for now. EdDog6666 had quite a few different suggestions. Now, some of them I haven't added because I figured them out. I think it was EdDog in several videos gave me a very, very detailed step-by-step how to make the porcelain crucible, how to cook it, how to set it up, and how to make lava. Oh, that already converted. Let's give you some more gravel, shall we? Get in there. Make us a whole bunch of lava. So, but since I figured it out, I went ahead and didn't add those steps in there. But EdDog also said that up next should be something called the crossroads. Said when you get to it, don't worry about getting stuck with one. I'll have to do all four. And suggested it would be best that when you do crossroads, that let's say that this is the crossroads, left and right and forward and back. EdDog was saying if I'll pick one and do the next one either clockwise or this one and go counterclockwise, two adjacent ones are important because that's supposed to do something. And then I'm supposed to dig down and look for a very special out-of-the-place kind of block. Maybe it'll be diamonds. Or maybe it'll be a carrot block. That would be great. EdDog also said, was saying about the Control K is dependent on if you're accessing the right crafting grid or not. And then had suggested you can use different items to make lava, which we've already just looked at. So thank you very much for that. The Dog Miner said there are different ways to make netherrack, soul sand, and endstone. Now, before I mention it, I want to look here and see, because let's back up real quick. We'll look at the quest book, and I'll address that in just a minute. Somebody else gave me a great suggestion for doing this. So we had netherrack, endstone, and something else. What was the other thing? Let me look and see. Netherrack, soul sand, endstone. I don't see soul sand in here, but I can't remember where do we see that. Maybe we didn't. Maybe it had to do... Okay, maybe it had to do something like this. Like there's things you have to do within the thing. But anyway, he gave me a recipe on how to make these things, and they're pretty detailed. So I wanted to check and see... Well, here's netherrack right here. So R for recipe. Nope. Nope, back up. Click away, young pig. There we go. R for recipe. Fluid block transform, mana infusion, sag mill. Oh. What? Okay, because it's showing both of these. See, I love the shortcuts and stuff that they do, but at the same time, it's still slightly confusing sometimes. Okay, so with a stone barrel... Oh, back it up. That shows us how to make the stone barrel. Okay, so this is what he was saying. He said if you'll put lava in a stone barrel and then add some redstone dust, it'll make netherrack. To make soul sand, let me see if it shows me the recipe for soul sand, because soul sand was a crazy recipe. Soul sand, R for recipe. Witch water and sand. Okay, so witch water. See, it says stone barrel and mycelium. Okay, so I think what they're saying is you have to put water in a stone barrel. The stone barrel has to be sitting on a mycelium block, and it will slowly convert into witch water. He had a slightly different set of instructions, and I get the feeling that those instructions are not going to work because they've changed it for this mod pack. Because he said you'll place a stone barrel on a 3x3 of dirt, hit the dirt with spores, which will turn them into mycelium. You fill the barrel with water, watch it fill up, then you smack it with sand, and it will turn into soul sand. That might be what this means. I mean, this is only showing one block. We'll experiment. We'll get to that, though. And then in stone, he said lava in a stone barrel with glowstone dust. So all those things are actually possible. I didn't think they were. So thank you for that. Let me go over to my notes and scroll down just to make sure I can see everybody. Okay, we're getting pretty close to the end. Harafin said crushed diorite gives much more iron. So let's see here. We've got crushed diorite, but it's not going to work there because it has to be compressed diorite for it to go in there. But what we can do is, let's check this. U for uses right here. Nope, I keep forgetting to do that. Click out, and then U. There we go. Heavy sieve. And let's see, is there one that's diorite? We have compressed sand. I guess the first question would be, is there such thing as compressed diorite? I bet there's not. And okay, so that makes a whole lot more sense because I was starting to wonder, what if I don't... Why did I have to make a regular sieve? Do I need to keep the sieve? So let's do that. Let's back up. Sieve. S-I-E. No, not a heavy, just a regular sieve. There we go. And U for use. Yeah, you're always backing up, I know. And let's go through here and... Oh, there we go. There we go. Crushed diorite will give a Certus quartz, platinum ore through a diamond stiffened mesh, crushed andesite, platinum. I'm not seeing the iron ore. Maybe we should reverse engineer this? Let's do... What are these called? Ore piece. Okay, so... Iron ore piece. That. Well, it's crazy. It went straight to there. Okay, a flint stiffened mesh. Okay, red gravel and then just regular gravel. See, it's not that... okay, this might be... See, this is where it gets a little tricksy, is we always think things work, but then we get into these quest mod packs and they change stuff on us. So it might be in the normal mod pack that crushed diorite will do that, but here it's saying crushed diorite won't do that. But that you make a good point, which is I need to double check stuff and look at the different sieve things to see what's going to make what. Put a little bit more in there. And now it won't even let me see the gravel. Okay. Now JS Flink said, hey Piggy, the quest book has a shortcut key. So we need to look at this. Options, controls. What would the quest book be called? Would it be quest book? Just enough items. Walia, tools. Toast control? Okay, open blocks. Overlays. Inventory tweaks. Dark steel armor. And then crafting tweaks. Cycle item mode. Open quests. Grave. Okay, they mentioned the grave key. I don't know what the world of grave key is. So I'm going to change that. Let's see here. Letter P? No. U? No. P-U? No, not that. Let's try Control P. Apparently that doesn't work. Control O? Nope. Alt P? Nope. Okay. So what I'll have to do is I'm going to have to go through and figure out... Oh, no, don't do left click. Grave. What the... I have never heard of a grave key on a keyboard. Can we get lava? Yes! Hot stuff. All right. I don't even remember what we were gonna... Oh, we were gonna use it to make cobblestone. That's what it was. Okay. So I will try and investigate, figure out what in the world a grave key is. DJ Broke or Broake. I don't know how to say that, but I think that's a new viewer. Welcome to the channel. And thank you for making comments, which is just awesome. I love the comments. DJ Broke said compressed tools are for compressed blocks. So remember we had this super compressed iron hammer? We could smack compressed gravel with a compressed block and quickly convert that into whatever the next level is, which I think is sand. So that makes more sense why you would have that. But that's a lot of gravel to be using on that. So I think I'm going to try and avoid that if at all possible. But I appreciate you answering that question. And DJ Broke also said, planting the grass seeds on dirt gives you grass blocks. That was another person that had made that comment. And then our last viewer comment is MOF Reboot. Said the compression trick only works in a crafting interface if it's correct, Piggy. So the same thing that Virginia LK and a few others were saying. Make sure you've got the right crafting interface selected before you just go hitting Control K. So that makes a whole lot more sense. So that is all the viewer comments. And wow, that is almost an entire episode that we've gone through. Let's back up real quick. Why is this flashing yellow? I guess because it's telling me this is the next things that I can do? I've not noticed it flashing yellow. See, it's flashing yellow there. I guess what it's saying is, like these I could try to do stuff with, but this is the next step I need to do. Piggy, pay attention. That's what it means. Piggy, pay attention. And what we got here? Obsidian? Lava and water? 8 pieces of obsidian. But I gotta figure out how to break obsidian. So we're not going to do that yet. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Between episodes, I'm going to see if I can start getting some of this. This cactus is growing a little bit slower than I thought it would. But I'm going to see if I can get... We're kind of running out of room here, to be quite honest with you. See if I can get some more crucibles going. See if we can get some more lava created and whatnot. So that we can get ourselves ready to start moving on with some more of these advancements. We'll just have to figure them out. We will figure it out. These are probably going to be pretty easy. We'll probably be able to get to those pretty easy. Some of these other ones are going to be a little tricksy, but we will figure them out in the next episode. And that is when I hope to see you, is in the next episode.